Thanks for the opportunity. My name is Wahyu Wigati with study number 027. First, I will explain about leadership. Leadership is a research file that, as well as a practical skill that includes the ability of a person or an organization to lead or guide other people, teams, or the entire organization. Leadership is a management function to influence, direct, motivate, and supervise others to complete various tasks that have been planned. The goal to achieve company goals. Leadership is important in a company or organization because leadership is the key to a successful team success. That's because all decision, movement, and piece of development require leadership. Apart from that, the other reason is to build a strong team. With good leadership strength and well-formed teamwork, the team can face obstacles. Organizing is one of the four functions of management. Generally, the organization function is carried out after the planning function. This can be seen from the other of four management functions, which include planning, organizing, leadership, and controlling. Organizing is a process for determining, grouping, arranging, and forming patterns of working relationship of people to achieve organizational goals. In organizing, preparation of an organizational structure is very important so that everyone in the organization can know clearly their duties or job responsibility, rights, and authorities. To be able to perform an organization function effectively, a manager should have certainly willingness so that they can make decisions and act in accordance with these decisions. Organizing principles that can be used so that the organization function is in management can be carried out effectively. These principles include work specialization, authority, chain of command, delegation, and responsibility.
Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Debora, Icha, Ester, Yolanda, and my last study number is 003. Now, I will explain how to set vertical structure. The first, a collect of formal tasks assigned to individual and department. The second, formal reporting relationship include lines of authority, decision responsibility, number of level, and span of control. The third, system designed to ensure activities coordination of employees across the department. These there are encouraged and required teamwork. Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Debora, Icha, Ester, Yolanda, and my last study number is 003. The concept of organization can be divided into two, namely job specialization and chain of command. What is job specialization? The division of tasks into individual work is called the division of labor. What is chain of command? A line of authority connects individuals and direct subordinates.
Authority, responsibility, and delegation. Authority is the right to do something, make decision, order others to do something or not do something, and the right to allocate resources on behalf of the organization to achieve organizational goals. Based on the principle, all function that is power and relationship between manager and their subordinates must be clearly defined and defined. Classifying the relationship between authority and responsibility can help organizations achieve better and more effective coordinates. Responsibility. Social responsibility at the company will ensure that integrity between the community and the surrounding environment is protected. Balancing demands from shareholders and the need to increase profit with the welfare of employees and the environment is a challenge for the company. And then delegation. Delegation of authority is one of the important things in the organization. With a delegation of authority, a manager must do all the work himself. The success of manager basically depends on his ability to delegate authority and work to his subordinates. Delegation of authority can be interpreted as the delegation of authority from a manager to his subordinate to do something or the authority to make a decision.
Compartmentalization. In organization, line activities and staff activities cannot be confused. The two activities must be distinguished. This is because, first, line activities reflect the main work of organization, such as products and marketing. They are the spirit of an organization. Top management must pay particular attention to the needs for integrity and influence of this department. Line department operation by developing too much power to staff can reduce the morale and efficiency of the department concerned. The second, in the certain condition that require a reduction in personnel or a tightening of the budget of an organization. It is largely determined by the choice of the line department or staff. If there is decrease in demand for products, an organization will tend to tighten up by reducing personnel, especially in line department. Conversely, if the demand for product remains strong but the organization needs to reduce costs, then an organization will tend to tighten up by reducing personnel in the staff department. Then staff in organization can be divided into two types of staff, namely, and firstly, personal staff. Personal staff are often known as assistant for staff assistant, who have various tasks for the boss and are usually of general nature. Personal staff is formed to provide advice, assistance, and service to manager individual. And the second, specialist staff. They call it specialist staff because of their narrow function and they require special skills, and special staff occupy a position and responsible to certain level of the organization. Specialist staff are tasked with providing advice, consultation, assistance, and serving all lines elements for the organization according to their expertise.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. My name is Muhammad Kevindra Firdiansyah, name 001. And here I will presentation about bab 9. Okay, here we go. Is centralization and decentralization. The first, centralization, means that the decision authority is located near the top of the organization. And then the decentralization means decision authority is pushed downward to lower organization levels. Okay. To definition, centralization is the process of centralization authority and responsibility to top management. Centralization was also widely used in the old government in Indonesia before regional autonomy. Whereas the decentralization is the transfer of authority from a higher hierarchy to a lower hierarchy in terms of decision making and determining how activities will be carried out, and can be interpreted as the transfer of responsibility, authority, and resource found human beings and others from the central government to regional governments. Change and uncertainty are usually associated with decentralization. The amount of centralization of the decentralization should fit the firm's strategy during crisis of risk of company failure. Authority may be centralized. Thank you.
Kind of approaching in structure organization. The chain of command what company organizational capital key describes. It shows who reports to whom in the company human resource structure. There's five approaching in organization traditional, and firstly, functional. Functional organization structure consisting of the people with the same abilities, skill to perform the same tasks, which are grouped into several work units. And the second, the divisional organization structure is different from the functional organizational. The structure in the divisional organizational structure is grouped based of the same output in the organization. Next, matrix. This matrix approach is combination of the functional organizational structure and divisional organizational structure of an organization. This implemented as a way to approve horizontal coordination and information sharing. The organizational structure of this matrix approach has to duplicate lines command of authority. The next, teams. Teams are grouped within an organization whose members depend each other.
Okay, thank you for opportunity. My name is Muhammad Kevindra Firdiansyah, NIM 001. I will continue presentation bab 9 in slide 10. Is vertical functional apart. The first, they're grouping into the departments based on skills, expertise, work activities, and resource use. Means grouping position into departments based on skills, expertise, work activities, and use of the same resource, people, facilities, and other resources that represent the same function are grouped into one department. The vertical functional apart has a structure called vertical structure management. Management of vertical structure. The management process will later create an organization structure which will determine how the tasks will be divided and the resource that will be distributed. Organizational structure is defined as the first, a set of formal tasks assigned to individuals and departments. And then two, formal reporting relationship which consists of lines of authority, responsibility for making decision, the number of hierarchical levels, and the scope of managerial control, as well as 3. System designed to ensure the creation of effective employee coordination between departments. The characteristics of the vertical structure are shown in the organizational map, which is a visual representation of the organizational structure. And then their departmentalized by original research is defined as accounting, human resource, and then engineering and manufacturing. Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Annisaa Majidah Imtinan with NIM 009. I will present about functional versus divisional approach. The vertical functional approach is the grouping of positions interdepartment based on skill, expertise, work, activities, and the use of the same research. The way this approach works is that each major departmental department under the president group the same expertise and research such as the R&D who is responsible for carrying out the research and development activity. Finance that is responsible for searching, processing, allocation fund, and making payment in the company. Manufacturing, which is responsible for technical management, supervision, and control in the production process. Marketing, who is in charge of all sales and marketing. Divisional approach is grouping based on the same output in an organization, has a way of working in which each division is created as an independent unit with separate department. As in the chart, there is one electronic division, two biotechnology division, and three consumer product which are equipment with a lead bank, financial, manufacturing, and marketing. The second difference between these approach is that the chain of order is at the bottom of the hierarchy. Major difference in the divisional structure, the difference of opinion that answer between departments will be resolved at the divisional level. And while the functional structure of a department is grouped together and work on all products, while each division has its own department. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Annisaa with NIM 009. I will present about structural amphitext and disadvantages. Each of these approaches to departmentalization has its own amphitext and disadvantages. Structural approach, amphitext functional, efficient use of research, economic of scale, in-depth skill specialization and development, top manager, direction and control. Structural approach, disadvantages, functional. Poor communication across functional department, slow response to external change, lagging innovation, decision concentrated at top of hierarchy, creating delay. Structural approach and amphitext divisional. Fast response, flexibility in stable environment, faster concern from customer needs, excellent coordination across functional department. Structural approach, disadvantages, divisional. duplication of research across division, less technical depth and specialization for coordination across division, structural approach and FIDEX matrix, more efficient as of research that single hierarchy, flexibility and ability to change environment, interdisciplinary cooperation activities available to all division, structural approach design FIDEX matrix, frustration and cohesion from dual chain of command, he conflict between two sides of the matrix, minimizing more decision than action, structural approach, unfitted them, reduce barriers among departments, increase compromise, shorter response time, quicker decision, better moral endorsement from employer involvement, structural approach design FIDEX team, dual loyalty and conflict, time and research, spend on meeting, unplanned decentralization, structural approach, and FIDEX virtual network, can draw on expertise worldwide, quickly flexible and responsive, reduce overhead costs, structural approach design FIDEX virtual network, lack of control, weak boundaries, greater demand on manager, employer loyalty weakness.